Hi everybody, welcome to the United Stands. I'm Mark Goldbridge and you're not going to believe it. Champers, Manchester United are so close to signing Bryan Mbeumo. It's incredible. We've actually put a third bid in, £65 million plus add-ons. Thank you to Newcastle. Well done to Brentford. But ultimately, I think maybe on the 8 o'clock show, we dive into this when the shock subsides. But ultimately, we just can't walk away from Bryan Mbeumo. And we could still walk away. It's not here we go yet, and it's not deal done yet, but it bloody better be deal done. £65 million plus add-ons, the Ornstein bomber. It's been confirmed by everybody. And, you know, it's incredible, isn't it, really? Because the positive is we're going to get the player. Don't let that cloud your judgment. Like, I've seen so many people moaning about 7 weeks, what we're going to pay. We've had our pants pulled down. It's only because of Newcastle. You're probably all right. But let's not forget this moment. He's a very good player. It's a player we need. It improves the team. So does Cunha. And I'm not going to let negativity take hold of us all the time. I know we're run badly. I know we embarrass ourselves, but this is a good sign. It's good for Amrin. For those of us that want Amrin to do well, this is a step in the right direction. Obviously, we're taking small steps compared to everybody else. But I mean, look, Hadi says we look like fools. I'll talk about that in a moment. But fundamentally, I just want to spend the first couple of minutes or minute or 30 seconds saying Bryan Mbeumo is a good signing. Unfortunately, because of the way the football club's been run, we do talk about negotiations and offers and transfer fees and wages way more than we should, because we recruit badly. We talk about Anthony, we talk about Sancho, we talk about Alexis Sanchez, because we recruit badly. If you recruit well, or you have an owner that will just keep recruiting, you don't really dwell on it. It's because we can't afford to miss, and we miss so often. So look, Bryan Mbeumo to me is a really good signing. Have we overpaid? I'll mention it in a minute. Have we had our pants pulled down? I'll mention it in a minute. But he is a good signing. And I think that is the fundamental. Smash a like on the video. He is a good signing. Now, secondly, why has this deal happened? I literally took my dog for a walk and I got an Ornstein bomber. I was flying on a plane to bloody New York and it drops. I just think I need to get out a little bit, because as soon as I go out, things start to happen. Ken says we've wasted time for nothing. My overarching theory here is that Newcastle are they're basically our director of football, because if Newcastle didn't miss out on Ekatike and went with Wizza, we'd still be negotiating. And Man United will never reveal that. And look, David Ornstein's a fantastic journalist, so's Fabrizio, Ben Jacobs, etc. But Man United don't tell them what goes on, in the sense of, we messed up. We're only putting the bid in because of Newcastle. We have spent 7 weeks negotiating on a player, saying we're not going to overpay. We won't be held to ransom. And 7 weeks, because Newcastle were going to go for Wizza and we would have missed out on Mbeumo, in 7 minutes, we paid £65 million. This morning, Tuesday morning, David Ornstein said Man United are miles off. They're nowhere near getting this deal done. The gap is too big. 2 days later, we're paying what Brentford want. We've gone from bid 1 at 45 million, bid 2 at 55 million, and bid 3 at 65 million. They are massive increases each time. The 45 million bid was a joke. We never should have done that. But the 45 million, the 55 million, you shouldn't be going from 55 to 65. But we're desperate. And there's a lot, you know me, I am really quite, honest and blunt when I want to, be blunt about the football club, because I don't think it's run that well. But this is the situation. Today, I think we've done the right thing. I don't know what you think about £65 million, but I think today we've done the right thing, because Wizza was going to be a Newcastle player in 24 hours. And if we'd allowed that to happen, Brentford probably would have said, we're not selling both, and then we don't get Mbeumo. So basically, this is what we were on about this morning. When you've got owners who think that they're Real Madrid and think that they can bully people, from our position, this is what happens. We've spent 7 weeks thinking we can negotiate the price down, and then we've realised today Newcastle are going to buy Wizza and we won't get Mbeumo. We've basically got 5 minutes to figure out whether we're going to pay what Brentford want or walk away. And we've paid what Brentford wanted. We've wasted 7 weeks because we've shit ourselves because Newcastle were going to take Wizza. And if Newcastle weren't going for Wizza, I think we'd still be negotiating for a few weeks. So I just want to thank Newcastle. Although they're probably not going to get Wizza now, they have prompted us to get this deal done. And we have overpaid in relation to what we've been putting out there. I mean, I don't know what we're doing negotiation wise, and to be honest with you, I don't know that I care. I'm just happy that we've got the player. As I said, give me a couple of hours, 8 o'clock, I'll probably, really delve into it. But I've got to say, from a negotiation point of view, I'm baffled. I'm absolutely baffled how you can offer 55 million a month ago and then offer 65 and add-ons. I'm baffled. I'm baffled by the negotiations there. I mean, Brentford have basically said, we want this price. We've negotiated for 7 weeks and we've paid the price. I mean, it's basically Harry Maguire all over again. Leicester did the same. We were like, we're not paying 80 million. We're not paying 80 million. We negotiated for 8 weeks and we paid 80 million. And we've done it again. We're not going to pay 60 million. We're not going to pay 60 million. We're not going to pay 65. We're not going to pay 70. We've paid 65. So yeah, I think it's. I think it's. Look, somebody just said, you said this morning it was all staged. Remember, a lot of this is opinion, mate. I'm not the CEO. I'm not the CEO of Brentford, but trying to think what I said this morning. I think it has been staged PR by Manchester United. I think well, I do. What do you think we've been doing for 7 weeks? I think it has been staged PR. I think we've done it to save wages on MBEUMO because we're still paying Rashford's wages. I think that we've played it out for a long time because we want to try and make out that it's, Brentford who are asking for ridiculous money. I mean, explain to me the last 7 weeks, pal, because you sat there going, ha, 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 he said it was staged. What about the last 7 weeks have we come out of that and we're looking at it? We've literally paid 65. We've paid top price. Whether I think MBEUMO's worth it, that's what people are saying. He's worth what Cunha's worth. So we've paid 8 million more if you put the add-ons on. I don't put the add-ons on because those add-ons, I've always said this, it's not 70 million, it's 65. Those 5 million in add-ons could be qualifying for the Champions League 3 years in a row. They could be winning Player of the Year. They could be being Man United's top scorer. I doubt those add-ons are, model the away kit. So I say 65 million. I don't jump on add-ons, and I'm going to be very, very consistent. I do not jump on add-ons and start going, oh, add-ons, add-ons, add-ons. They might not be achievable. But we've paid £3 million more than Cunha. We paid the top price. I don't know whether we've overpaid. We probably have, but we've paid top dollar. We haven't. I'm not going to sit here and say it's Anthony again or anything like that. We've paid right at the limit of what he's probably worth. I don't think we've overpaid. I think we've paid right at the top. But the question would be, what have we done 7 weeks of negotiations for then? Because we have paid top dollar on it. Now, remember, it is also worth remembering that the deal isn't actually done. Brentford are yet to discuss the offer for MBEUMO and have not communicated to Man United whether it will be accepted. That's coming from Simon Stone. Ben Jacobs says Man United are optimistic of getting the deal done. And MBEUMO himself has told Brentford he thinks the offer is fair and should happen before the USA tour. Ben Jacobs also says if Brentford reject the third bid and say it's not near the valuation structure, then Man United will walk away. So I think you'd have to walk away. I think you'd have to walk away. I think you'd have to. Somebody said it's been rejected. I don't know whether they're just playing games here, but we'd have to walk away if it was rejected. But also, I presume it's 65 million up front. Yeah, I haven't seen anything about it being rejected. So I don't think that's been the case. They won't reject that. They won't reject that. The only way they'd reject that, in fact, people are saying it's expected to be accepted. But the bid matches Brentford's demands. Mate, you can't reject a bid that basically is what you asked for and probably a little bit more. I mean, Brentford are probably ecstatic. I can't see it being rejected at all. I think it's I'm like Honey says up front, they'll take that, of course. Yeah, I mean, you would take it. So look, there's a lot of people being negative in the chat. We'll probably discuss it more at 8 o'clock. I do agree that we've spent 7 weeks to pay exactly what they want. It's not the first time we've done it. We've done it many times before. We did it with Jadon Sancho. We did it with Harry Maguire. We're still terrible at negotiating. And when I say terrible at negotiating, I don't mind. Like, people would quite rightly say, well, you say we're terrible at negotiating, but what if you can't get the price down? But my point is, if we paid 65 million in the first week of June, then you'd sort of go, well, it's a quick, efficient deal. We can't get a better price. But they've spent 7 weeks telling us basically that they won't pay it. They're going to negotiate it down, and then they paid it anyway. Quite rightly, they've saved wages. But do you want a football club that saves wages and hinders pre-season? I think that there is, unfortunately, a little bit of learning for United. But as I keep saying, very, very happy with the signing. I expect it to be done. We expect the here we go some point in the next few hours. And I'm very, very happy with it because it's a player that really does make us better. And he's experienced. He's not a learner driver. So I am very, very happy with it. But I will be completely honest, as I said, if Newcastle hadn't gone for Wizza, we'd still be waiting weeks. So big shout out to Newcastle, because that move for Wizza has really made us shit ourselves. And basically what we've had to do today is go, there's probably gone into Joel Glazer and Jim Radcliffe, and they basically said Brentford are not going to sell him if Wizza goes to Newcastle, and they're going to accept the offer from Newcastle. So we either pay what they want or we don't get MBEUMO. And he's gone, at the end of the day, pay the money, champers, because that's what you have to do. We've had to make a quick decision, and I would hope that Manchester United learn from that in football you have to make quick decisions. You can't make slow decisions. So we've ended up doing what we wanted to do, champers. But yeah, I'm happy the saga is ending now. I'm happy that is the case, because I don't think there's a hell of a lot more going to happen. So if we can get this done, then we can do it. Of course, there'll be installments. I don't know why that's relevant. We won't pay 65 million up front. It will be done in installments, absolutely. But we've basically spent, without add-ons, 127 million pounds on MBEUMO and Cunha. 62 million to Wolves, 65 million to Brentford. So 127 million pounds. That's right, on MBEUMO and Cunha. That's a significant chunk of money. It really is. Let's grab some of your thoughts, because you've made some. Let me have a quick look. So here we go. No, don't say here we go. It's not here we go yet. Make sure you smash a like on the video, though. Newcastle might have helped us with MBEUMO and also helped us get 5 million on Alanga, says Mojo. Are you hearing yourself, Mark? Do you want United to save wages? United are broke, Mark. They need to save every penny. Also expect United to have a lengthy payment period in this. I am hearing myself, Sahil. I'm also hearing you. I don't give a shit about saving wages. You're basically saying United have done a good deal by waiting till the middle of July to save MBEUMO's wages. Incredible that we have people in our fan base that actually think that's a good idea. What about pre-season? What about the other signings? There's two things I would say to you there, Sahil. One, it's the middle of July and we're talking to nobody else because we've spent 2 months on MBEUMO. Two, you're actually sitting there thinking it's a positive that we've saved 200 grand a week for 7 weeks when he could have been in pre-season with us for a week and a half. Look at what Liverpool do. Look what Arsenal do. I don't want to hear stuff about we're broke, we need to save money. We're broke because we're owned by Sir Jim Radcliffe and the Glazers. End of conversation. I've got no sympathy for it at all. Would it be okay if we didn't just work on one transfer, says Matthew? Are they going to buy other players? Why wasting time on one player? Well, let's see, Fudgy, because this is not done yet. What do you think about what Ben had to say about us and Sesko and playing the severance paid to Sancho, knowing we've got 5 million? I didn't see it, Jason. I haven't seen it yet because basically been waiting, setting this up, so I don't know what was said about Sesko. Maybe we can cover it at 8. Hi, Mark. I think you were spot on about the PR and the wages. What are the chances Brentford had a cheeky 5 million knowing Newcastle are coming for Wizza and we're clearly crapping our pants? Thanks for Immortal. You think it's because we closed to sell someone because the team loved sell to buy, says Yannick? No, I think it's because Newcastle were going to sign Wizza. In my opinion, The only real reason this deal has happened today quickly is because of Newcastle going for Wizard. Can you get back on the plane, mate? It's Slow Sports News. I got 50p, says Champers. Mark, do you think Amrin made Sir Jim pull his finger out? No, I think Newcastle moving for Wizard has made us do this. Thank you, Eagle. I got, will when get another player, says Kyle. Don't know. Ben says, I wonder if we had offer 60 million plus some add-ons 5-6 weeks ago, we'd probably have saved so much time and 5 million, says Ben. I do think we should have offered 60 straight after the 55, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, we're arguing over £5 million. I don't think we've overpaid. I think we've just paid the maximum. I don't think we've overpaid. The question has to be, why have we spent 7 weeks to pay top dollar? But, you know, I'm just happy we've got the player. This is United in a nutshell, says Maxi. You've been saying this would happen all along, Mark. We would end up paying and we have wasted a bunch of time. It's very frustrating, says Kieran. Yeah, but I'm not going to take any credit for that, Kieran. I think any of us know who've been watching the United stand for years or supporting United for the last 10 years. Harry Maguire was the same. 8 weeks of negotiations to pay £80 million. Paul Pogba was the same. Jadon Sancho was the same. We always pay what the Wan-Bissaka was. We paid £50 million for Wan-Bissaka. We paid £50 million for an Arna. We always do it. Nothing's changed. We always play what the selling club wants. We can't negotiate. I've heard it's 75 plus 6 is awesome. No, it's not. That'll show them not to mess around with Ineos, says Matthew. Yeah. And yeah, we're going to get a bit of ridicule, probably from our own fans as well, that Ineos and Sir Jim have spoken. Actually, the 8 o'clock show tonight, tune in. Really good. Really good. All I'm going to say is you're going to enjoy it, because I don't want to give spoilers away, but yeah, contradictions, I basically will call it. Taken far too long, but positive for me is that both Cunha and MBEUMO are plan A signings. Makes a nice change. We need a lot more. Yeah, Daniel, I would choose to take the positives, because the negatives will drown you around this football club. And I do believe MBEUMO is a very good signing. Do I think 127 million on Cunha and MBEUMO is a lot of money? Yes. I think they'll be using that. That's why I said it. I think there'll be a point at some point where Sir Jim and Joel Glazer put it out there. We've spent 127 million pounds on this manager. That's why I keep saying it. Is it too much for 2 players? Could we have spent that on other players? We will find out. The reality is we spent 127 million pounds and we haven't actually solved one of our 2 big priorities. 127 million pounds spent, no striker and goalkeeper. This has been awful from United. 7 weeks is crazy for one player, says Nev Star. At least it's a great signing. Thank you, Mark, and the team for being there every step. Thank you very much, Nev Star. If this bid is rejected, who do we go for? It won't be rejected. It won't. I mean, look, I don't know, but it won't be rejected. I mean, if Brentford rejects that, I would say to them, he was never for sale, was he? He was never for sale. If we get relegated, I ask this question, would the Glazers leave? No, Tom, I don't think so. And MBEUMO is great. Number 10s are more than filled. Where's that midfielder? Screams a season of Donut FC, says Keane. Touch wood, if we get MBEUMO, here we go. And United announcing tomorrow the medical and everything is sealed. Will he make it to the bench on the 19th? No. Doubt it, Kevin. Very much doubt it. It'll be for the US tour. United can't do what Liverpool and Arsenal do. That's today's reality, and I do not like it. And who says United are working only on one deal? No leaks does not mean people are sitting idle. Sahil, I really do think you need to give us your real name. Is it Jason? Is it Jim? Is it Joel? I mean, do you know anything about Manchester United, with all due respect? You're actually going to type that you think Man United might be keeping it secret that they're working on other deals. Where have you been for the last 10 years? We're not working on any other bloody deals, mate. We don't know. We're not working on other deals. You've just spent time defending taking 7 weeks on a deal to save wages. And now you're talking about deals we're working on privately. Madness. Absolute madness. Incredible. Anyway, we will end it on a positive. I'm very happy that this deal is coming to conclusion for everybody's mental health mainly, but also because I think he's a good player. Yes, we've obviously literally spent 7 weeks to give Brentford top dollar, but I'm glad we've got the player. It's better than walking away. And I would say a big shout out to Newcastle, because I genuinely am convinced that deal would not have happened today if Newcastle hadn't moved on Wizard. So good, lovely, happy. We're back at 8 o'clock. Might be back before if we get here we go, but I would expect that in the next 24 hours. I would expect that, definitely. take care, everyone. Terry's reacting to it now if you want to go and watch his channel as well. And I will speak to you very soon. Take care. Be positive. Come on. Get in. Champers. 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 Yes. End of the day, it's champers.